Hi, Blastpop here. Today, I'm doing a video on something I wasn't planning on doing a video on. I have a new copy here of Atlantic Chase by GMT Games, designed by Jerry White. Goes by Jeremy and Jerry. And this just came out from GMT Games. And I really wanted to sit down and play this right away, but I was so taken by the graphic presentation of this game that I couldn't contain myself, as scary as that happens to be. In any case, I wanted to delve into this game today and play it some, but before I do that, I'm going to give you this video to have my initial impressions, and I am adequately impressed. Anyway, it comes in a big GMT nuclear capable box, can withstand a nuclear attack. I'm almost sure of that. Well, I was scared when I first opened it up, and this came directly from GMT. This was on the cover, and errata on the cover. It's like, oh my god, this has got to be horrible. And to tell you the truth, frankly, it's all fairly minor, so my fears were allayed right away. Once you open up the box, this is where it starts getting impressive. You have a rules book, a tutorial book, a solitaire scenarios book, two-player scenarios book, advanced rules book. Now this one's kind of thin and comes in at maybe about a dozen pages, maybe 16 pages. And the rules book, well, that's got to be at least 64, and it is 64 pages. All the production quality is high quality, glossy, all kinds of illustrations with all kinds of notes, hints by the designer and developers and such to get you into the game. Impressive. Then, if that isn't enough, they give you a bunch of little small scenarios, 10 of them, that hand walk you through all the possibilities. So if you have any questions and reading the rules and all the examples, and that isn't good enough, well, you got a tutorial. Then for those of us who like solitaire games, this originally, I understand, was not really designed as a solitaire game, but the designer, Jeremy White, had designed several games over the years. Enemy Coast Ahead, Doolittle's Raid, Skies Above the Reich, all solitaire games. So going back to his heritage, apparently, he's given us all kinds of scenarios to play. Again, nicely and copiously illustrated. Two-player scenarios, which, by the way, apparently can be played solitaire if you play both sides to the best of your ability. Also included is a small inset map, or actually two, the Norwegian Sea and the North Sea, for some smaller scenarios, or maybe even to plan. You get two task force displays. Now, the task force displays for a naval game, the task force are set up on the table so both players can see the task forces. Okay, and it tells you what each of the markers are, whether if it's concentrated or moving, what the colors are and what they represent. You have the German task force and the British task force. Among those two sides, you also have, besides the British, you have French, a few American units, and off against the German. Then you have a German force pull schedule for the campaign, a campaign sequence. Likewise, for the British, you have a copiously illustrated actions menu, this case for the Germans, common results, modifiers, and get one for each player. Gunnery tables, player aids, advanced battle rules. So you got charts for advanced battles. Snafu check. Now, here's what I did. I had recently gotten this, not gem, but crafting box from Walmart, of all places. Nice and solid. It's nice and thin, and it's for beads and people who collect a lot of little small bits and bobs. And it fits ideally. So if you decide to get this game, I would suggest going to Walmart and getting one of these if it's in the bottom of the box. It's got most of the counters in there so far. I'm not finished punching out the game, but it covers most of the stuff that you need, and allows you to put everything in the box without having to alter, having outside boxes to hold components. So this fits nicely in the bottom of the box. And I have everything sorted by the type of each task force. Really nice. And as you can see, I'm still punching out the counters. Also, they give you spares for the various markers in the game, or wood pieces, just in case you happen to lose one or you get an incomplete set. Very nicely done. 4 6-sided dice. And here's your map. And you got all kinds of charts and tables on the board. Nicely mounted, nice and thick. I haven't bent it back to like flatten it out yet, but it looks very, very nice. And actually, I'm overwhelmed by the presentation of this product. GMT has raised the bar for wargamers in the wargame marketplace. There is no company in the marketplace currently that reaches the epitome and level that GMT has on this game. I'm impressed. There's no question. I like the presentation and everything. And the key is how it plays. And I will find out and decide whether the presentation is as good as the graphics and the gameplay is good as the presentation and the graphics. But be that as it may, I'm really liking this, what I see so far. And based on my gameplays of other games by Jeremy White, or Jerry White, it should be a good time. So I wasn't planning on doing this video, but I decided that I couldn't contain myself with the presentation. I thought it was fantastic. And you're going to get guys like Stuka Joe who are going to do a wonderful presentation, but this is more of a raw gut check sort of immediate impression instead of a polished impression. But anyway, please like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Blastpop. Bye.